Hi, Alicia. Hey, Alicia. Kobe. Kobe said, hey, I'm back. Thanks for coming back, Kobe. Lashonda, how you doing? How are you? Hey, Corey. Corey, I'm glad you made the men's room. I'm glad you made. Oh, let me turn my phone down. I'm glad you made it. You doing good, Lashonda? Okay, good, good. I hope we get quite a few men in here. Like, if we could just get like a good, solid 5. That's not even asking a lot, y'all. Let me get the Google number now, because I'll forget it and try to. I think I know how I saved it for sure now, because I always have to look in like, how did I save that number? In case any of the men want to call in. Okay, hold on. I'll be able to look at your comments in 1 minute. Let me get this Google number. Let me see. Let me copy that. Copy. And then I'm going to put it in the chat. I'm going to put it in the chat up under my other channel. Paste. And then I'm going to pin it. Oh, it won't let me. Oh, I got to pin it from here. Okay. Okay, good. Got it. Okay, let me see. Okay, man. Let me see. Okay, man. Let's see here. Alicia said, can't stay though. It's good. Let me see. It's good. I can pass by. Thank you. It is. Thanks so much for passing by. I appreciate you for that. Let me see. Are we going to play a game tonight? No, it's no game. It's the men's room tonight. I should have put my little thing up. Let me see if I can put my thing up right fast, so people will know. We haven't had the men's room over here so long. I gotta go scrolling to find that banner so people will know what is going on up in here tonight. Hold on. Let me see. Where's that men's room background? Man, I gotta be like way down here. Hold on, y'all. Was that it? No, that's not it. That wasn't it. I should have thought about this earlier. Dang it. Was that it? Nope, that's not it. Man. Hold on, y'all. Hope y'all can still hear me. Was one of those it? Hold on. That wasn't it. Game night. No, that was the random night chat. That one is not. No, that one is not the one. Hold on, y'all. Let me scroll all the way back up again. I gotta bring it back to the front of my I gotta bring it back up to the front of my pictures in my phone. Let's see. Is it that far back? Man, I've been neglecting the men's room. It cannot be that far back. What? Okay, that's way. I'm just gonna take it off. It's the men's room. It's the men's room. That's just like way too far back. Let me take the banner off. Because this one doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. But y'all, hold on one second. Y'all. Hold on one second. I need to get something turned on here. Let's see. Let's see what we're gonna go. Okay. There we go. All right, y'all. Let's see who made it in. Let's see. Wait, let me get my... Let's see. Okay, well, we got the number pinned there for anybody who wants to call in. Let me see. Friday afternoon will become a member. You got to become a member? Thank you, Lashonda. I'll be looking forward to that. Let me see. Chris said, welcome to It's Gamma's World. Please hit that like button to make sure you're subscribed. Memberships are also available. Thank you, Chris. Let me see. Chris said hi to Alicia, LaShonda, and Corey. LaShonda said, hey, Chris. Cody said, I might not type a lot because I'm sleepy and might fall asleep while watching. Okay, no problem. Chris is speaking. Welcome to the men's room. The call-in number is pinned. Thank you, Chris. Yes, y'all. We're going to see if we'll get started in like a couple minutes. Corey is here. If any of the men are in here, can y'all kind of like throw up a hand and let me know y'all in here? I know Corey came in. Cody said he won't be here long, but the topic tonight is what being a good man actually means today. You know, we throw that word around a lot nowadays. And does it mean something different from what it meant a while ago, like back in the day, or has things changed? What is it like? What is it like? Is it the same thing? Is a good man 20 years ago the same type of good man now? That's the question. That's the question. Let me see. LaShonda said, pay bill. So if the man, okay, all he has to do is pay bills to be a good man? LaShonda, all he has to do is pay bills and he's a good man. LaShonda, you clearly don't be on those movie nights with us because we've been seeing some stuff. Hey, Chris, Corey said, the bike said Scholar came in. Hey, the bike said Scholar. Let me see. This is this is the hardest riddle ever? What's the question? What's being a good man? What it means actually today? Like what it actually means today? You think that's like a riddle? The boxing scholar, you're supposed to be having all those good answers for us. Let me see. Chris laughing. Let me see. Hey, Scholar. Chris said. Corey said, a good man cares, loves, and protects. Like I'm more on that than like. Okay, it's gonna be nice if you pay all the bills. I am not gonna go against that, LaShonda. I know what you mean by that, but we can't make that the first identifying factor because we got to think about things that would be a goal if that was the only thing. So, like, if Corey just said cares. If somebody cares for you, that could kind of like, in some kind of way, be the only thing. Then he says love. If they loved you, that can be like, that can stand alone. Protecting you, that might be able to stay alone. But paying the bills, you got to do way more than that. Because like, what if they paying the bills and they don't care, love, or protect you? Then it's a whole problem. That's a whole problem. The boxing scholar said, LaShonda, you're going to be a sister wife with that. The boxing scholar. Oh my God. But then again, okay, I guess we really can't say too much because if, in her opinion, if that's a good man for her, then that means that would be a good man for her. We can't take that away from her because what might be a good man for one person might not be a good man for another person. So we got to come back on that, LaShonda. I got to say, if that's your opinion and that's what works for you, then it's a go. Then it's a go. Let me see. The boxing scholar said the answer is going to vary depending on the woman. Wait a minute, but we asking the man. This is not the focus on us. We about to ask y'all some questions. So no, this is not going to be a lot. Like I see that the women are answering, but the focus is on y'all for the men's room. Like our opinions ain't gonna matter like that in the men's room. Okay. Let me see. Corey said respect. Yes, absolutely respect. Cody said to be a good man, treat people with respect, be kind, don't start arguments and stuff, and treat girls with respect. I agree. Chris is welcoming everybody and said, make sure as y'all come in, y'all hit that like button. Don't forget that. And those memberships are available. If y'all not subscribed, she said, go ahead and do so. Let me see. The boxing scholar says some women just want them bills paid and the BBC. Chris, if you know what BBC is, text me. Because I feel like that might be abbreviated for a reason. Text me if you know what the BBC means. Let me see. Okay. So y'all know I got some stuff written down because I be telling y'all for the men's room, I'm not going to be doing much. I ain't a man. I'm not a man. So I can't give y'all all the information. That's why we need the men here to help us understand, give us their opinions, share their experiences so we can understand this stuff. So it's only so much I'm going to be able to have an opinion about. Oh, that's what it means. Okay. Okay. I got you. I got you. I got you. Let me see. The Marxist scholar said, but the person who determines if we're good are the women. Why do I feel like I want to think about that? Like, I see what you're saying, but doesn't that mean, but before you get to the women, don't the men have to determine what's a good man to them first before they get to the women? Do you agree with that, Scholar? She already texted me and told me what it meant. She already texted me and told me what it meant. So I got it. That's why I said, gotcha. Gotcha. Let me see. You laughing. Chris said, sit. Let's see. Cody said, I got to go. Okay. See you later, Cody. Okay. So tonight we're going to be talking about what it actually means to be a good man today in real life. Not in social media. We ain't talking about that social media world where all of the things are put before us and it's like night and day when you turn off the camera. Okay, we ain't talking about that. We talk about real world stuff. Okay, what you were taught like when you were growing up, not what we learning about stuff that's new age stuff that's really not being anything substantial in relationships and stuff like that. We're talking about the stuff we learned when we were growing up, what we believe now. Like what we believe now based on like the true meaning, not this new age stuff. We ain't talking about the new age stuff. Y'all don't think we have nobody in here like 20 and under or 25 and under. So we got to come with the real stuff that we know better about, right? Let me see. I was kind of laughing at Chris. Let me see. Okay, wait. Let me see. These are bums who think they high value, but women determine that. The Boxing Scholar, you said, who's the bums? Who's the bums? Because we can't start off calling our men bums in here now. I can't let you do that. I can't let you. I know the men rule it, but you can't come in here calling the men. But we don't believe that men. Chris or anybody else in here, do we believe that men are bums? I don't believe men are bums. I believe they might have a journey that they're going on. Maybe they have to figure some things out. But I'm not going to say the men are bums. I ain't gonna be able to get with you with that. You have to explain to me what you mean by that. I know that anybody, male or female, can be inadequate, not up to par, but I don't think that they're absolutely what you call bums. I don't think that. Let me see. And Chris, just to remind y'all that the number is pinned. The phone number is pinned. Let me see. Hold on, I'll explain. Okay, let's give you time to type in the chat. Again, let's give you time to type in the chat so you can let us know what you mean by that. Because it might be deeper than what I'm thinking. I might be thinking like on the surface, and you might be able to get down and dirty with me about it. Let me see. So we're going to just remember that this is not a debate. We ain't debating with our men over here on the men's room. We don't debate. We just have conversations. And as females, we join in, but we are like primarily listening. So we can have an understanding because we're trying to understand. That's why we have the floor open for the men's room over here. That's the gist of it when we come over here. That's the primary goal. Let me see. Corey said, make sure she eat. He said, make sure she eats. Okay. That's what he feel like makes a good man, making sure that she eats. He ain't gonna starve nobody out here, he said. He gonna make sure that she eats. Okay, that's another thing. So we said, so far we said pay bills, love, care, respect, making sure she eats. Did we say protect? I think I said protect. All of those things I think are fixing things. Yes. We don't even, okay. It ain't enough to me to say that. But do the men fix things anymore? Have we went to a generation where the men are like, okay, what's going on? What needs to be done? Okay, I'll send the handyman over. Or are they actually able to go fix the tire or fix the gutters or do the landscaping? Have we come away from that? Hey, Trical, have we come away from that? Let me see. Yours does what? Which one, Chris? Fixes or calls the handyman? Which one? Tell me which one. And the thing about it, when we say that, can we say one is better than the other? Like, it's nice if he could fix it, but if he going to make sure it gets done, then it gets done. Like, can we, like, really judge the way it gets done? Is that fair? Is that fair? Hey, check out Chris said, Chris, which one? Did you say he does do the fixing or he does make sure it gets done by calling the handyman? Which one was it? Let me know. I'm waiting for you to answer up in here. So, yes. Okay. So, let's start with the man that's in the building. First of all, I want to ask you, who taught you how to be a good man? Chris said, my man is my handyman. I know that's right, Chris. Oh, I remember them days. Oh, I'm so happy for you with that, Chris, because I tell you, I had this light bulb, because you know I told y'all I stay about 30 minutes away from my nephew, right? And Maddie came over, and I forgot to have him to change my hallway light bulb, right? I'm like, oh my God, you know, Ace is not tall enough for me to trust that he can hold the bulb and all of that. So he came over here, and I forgot to have him do it. That light bulb has been out and flickering for at least 2-3 months. Because I just simply, and stuff like that, I never had to worry about, like, how hard is it to just have a light bulb switch? I'm like, this is crazy. So, Chris, you better be happy. Because, Lord, I just didn't understand how, I guess I just thought it was automatic. I thought I was entitled to it. I don't know. I just thought it never even crossed my mind. Look, I don't even know if the bulb need to be changed and it's changed. And then now I'm just sitting up here looking like, I can't even get to this bulb over here. I can't even change a bulb. So, yes, let me see. Chakal said, hey, Chris, Corey, and the Baxter Scholar. Can I say a question, please? Yes, LaShonda. Corey said, my dad and my uncle. Okay, so it came from home, basically. Came from home. It wasn't like street taught or outside the house. So basically, kind of like in the home, in the family type thing. Chakal said, I know that's right, Chris. I know that's right. Oh, let me see. Chakal said, I like what a man say, wait, hold on. I like what a man say, any more honeydews? Any more honeydews? That's a lot. I'd be like, like asking you, any more honeydews? Like, what else do you need? I'd be like, yep, let me see what else you can do. Right. Exactly. Hey, Chakal, Corey said, I get you, Chakal, but I don't remember even having to ask. I don't even remember having, the stuff was just getting done. Like, all my life, my dad was doing it. And then when I got married, then it was just being done. Like, now it's like I'm supposed to be having to pay attention. Y'all, it's bad. My oil has needed to be changed 2,000 miles ago. When I looked at it the other day, I was like, what is this engine about to lock up in here? I was like, I'm so sick of having to be responsible for this. I shouldn't be having to be worried about this oil. Oh, Lord, let me see. Shonda said, hey, Chris. What is it? Handyman to take care of all, like, the fix it around the house type of thing. Let me see. Let me see. Chris said handyman. Yeah, takes care of the home. Yes. She said, okay. So anybody, the Baxter Scholar, where did you learn how to be a man? To the best of, like, everybody may not have had that example or even example that they agree with today. But it could have been the start of where they started with knowing something about being a man, even though it could have changed over time. Maybe you don't always have to have the same thought process of what a man is, of what you were taught when you were growing up, based on, in turn of what you think today. It could have changed. It could have changed. It don't have to stay the same. Thank you, Chakal, for that floating heart. Let me see. Thank you. I appreciate you for both of them. Okay. So, Corey's uncle and dad, but the Baxter Scholar didn't tell us about his yet. So Corey, I'm just going to assume, but I don't want to assume those two people were those two people that you admired or someone you learned not to be like. Because, like, you can have a dad teach you something but it'll teach you how not to be like that. Like my own, y'all know I always tell y'all about how trifling my kid's dad was. And literally, my son told me probably 6 months before, probably like a year before he passed, and probably again at 6 months we were just talking about something when I was getting my hair locked. We were talking, and he said that his dad taught him, and I always say my son was to watch him father used to bring tears to my eyes. I used to love, that's why I have so many videos and everything, because I used to stalk him. Every time he did anything with Izzy, I was like, oh my God, let me just get this footage so Izzy can see it when he's grown, so he can see how his daddy was so in tune to him, right? And so, but the reason why he was like that, because his dad taught him everything he didn't want to be. So sometimes, like, people think sometimes a bad father can only leave a bad taste in the mouth. No, sometimes that bad father can create something that is wonderful and create something that's totally different that maybe wouldn't have been if they had a different father, depending on the kind of child they had, right? So if Corey is still in here, Corey, tell me if that was, if your dad and uncle was someone you admired in that sense to pick up that and do the things they did, or was it a situation where you looked at that and said, I'm going to be different? That's what I want to know. Of course, it's still in here. Chris is letting y'all know what to do here. She said make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and grab those memberships if you haven't. So another question I want to have. Growth doesn't mean you were wrong back then. It means you're wiser now. So if you feel like, okay, 20 years ago, I felt like being a good man was this, it doesn't mean like it was your growth was wrong. It means that you're just wiser now. You're wiser. You looked at it and said, okay, well, when I thought that was really being a man, I learned now that really wasn't, type of thing. Can y'all get me? Y'all understand me? Yes, amen. LaShonda said. Y'all, the women are in here. Our men are not responding. So we just gonna let the women respond. Y'all respond and let me know if y'all feel what I'm saying, okay? So character over applause. Character over applause. Let me see. Corey said, I looked at how my uncle treated his women. So did he treat them good? Were you able to take something positive off of how he treated the women? Or did he treat the women in such a way that you said, I'm never treating a woman like that? Which one was that? Is this the... Okay, hold on. This is the voice audio. Hold on 1 second, draw. Okay, somebody just called and hung up. I figured that would happen, so that's why I always mute it first. Okay, so let me see. Looked at how my uncle. So yes, Corey, let me know. Was that something positive? Were you able to take something positive from it? Or was it a situation where you said, I would never? Which one was it? How were you able to grow through that? Thank you, Chris. Okay, so now when we talk about the character over applause, now we're not saying that men have to have applause. But anybody would like to be recognized for the good things they do, especially if it's with a mate, right? So what's something you do as a man that nobody claps for? If it's a male in the, it was positive, good, Corey. I'm glad it was positive, good. That's good. You had a positive influence like that. That's good. But what is something that you do as a man that nobody claps for? What is that? What do you stay consistent with even when no one's watching? Like, nobody's watching this, nobody's clapping for this, but as a man, I'm going to stay on this. And some examples is like showing up for your kids, keeping your word when you say you're going to do something, controlling your reactions about things, choosing discipline over shortcuts in life, all of those things. What is something as a man that you feel like you are consistent with, but it's like you feel like you do it as a man because you're going to do it for yourself. But when you look back on it, these are things that you don't get applauded for. You don't get a clap for it. Not like literally a clap, but you don't get praise for that. Let me know if you can think of something. Let me know. Let me see. It's the men's room. Join the conversation. Yes. Hey, Chris, I'll become a member on Friday morning or Friday afternoon. The box has got to call back. I'm trying to get you on speaker. The box is scholar.
To accept, press 1.
Okay.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
I don't know what had happened that first time. The box is scholar?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me put you. Hold on. Let me put you on a tripod that's closer to the speaker of my other phone so they can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
Give me 1 minute. Okay. Okay.
So, what I was saying earlier, this question, you know, you do the riddles. This might be the biggest riddle ever. But our value is determined on y'all. Like I'll give you an example.
Okay.
So I had a cousin
Mhm.
who had a best friend, right?
Yeah.
And he wanted to sleep with her. I mean, I used to tell her all the time, like, man, that dude in love with you, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
He coasted through every relationship, but he was just waiting for his right moment, right?
Yeah.
And one day he just flipped out on her. He told her, I'm a good man, you're going to miss out on me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, would a good man really have to say he's a good man? He basically just altered his way into and try to guilt you into a relationship.
Yes.
A good man wouldn't have to do that. So goodness is determined on the women and what they see. Because to some, I mean, I hate to use celebrities, but like Cardi B and that football player she with. Some people support that, even though he ain't that much different than Offset.
Yeah.
It depends on what the woman wants, what they agreed to in the beginning, and what she okay with.
So I understand what you mean by that. You're saying ultimately when you're saying a good man, you're usually not meaning like a good man to a man. We're talking about a good man to a woman. And so it's going to determine what she determines a good man, which is still going to be individual, right?
Yes, but we're never gonna. So if a man puts a standard out there of what it is to be a man, we're never gonna live up to that because we're not interested in men. You get what I'm trying to say? Like y'all gonna ultimately hold the final say in what it is to be a man.
But do men like try to? I mean, even though you're saying that, you have to, as a man, know that like you know that a woman wants to be respected. You know, like the basics. You know that you know they want to be respected. You know they want to be cared for, considered, all of those things, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Because it is some men out there that don't respect, they don't consider, and they really don't care.
Yeah, and that's why that's why the cheating rate is so high. But I will say this too. This is another thing. You remember I told you something you just said earlier that I thought about. You said, what is some things that you don't get applauded for? I'm gonna say, as a man in society, you can't be looking for it. Like what I like for every time I come to the door of my family to stand in the living room and just clap me on and cheer me on, like the marathon races. Absolutely. Like, is it a reality? No. It's expectations, you know.
No, but what did I say first though? I said even though we're not talking about somebody literally like standing up and clapping. We're just saying as a man, what is something you feel like you consistently do that you never get, like praise for? Not that you need the praise, but if you look at it like, you know what? I am always making sure everything is good around the house. And nobody ever said anything about that. Not that you need it, but you still want to know that people acknowledge that you're doing something. Because are you...
exactly
you know what I'm saying?
What you were saying.
Because do you think that if you had a job or your responsibility in the household wasn't to cook, and if the female that you were with was always cooking, do you think you would ever mention that she cooks, or you would just say, well, she should know that I appreciate it? Or do you think you would ever, like it could be very seldom or whatever, do you think you would ever bring it up and give appreciation to that?
As me getting older, I realize that you have to do that.
Right. So it's the same thing for men.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I would, as a man, don't expect it, but when you do get it, it do feel good. I was agreeing with you certain degree. You want to hear something really interesting?
What?
I remember one time it was this stock investor, and this girl had wrote a book because she was a call girl. And she wrote a book about all of her experiences, and she said that most of those people, like, well, of course they were married, right? But they would like vent. They would vent to them and tell her the stuff that they felt like they couldn't tell their spouse.
Yeah.
That goes into what you said. Like, yes, you got to do it sometimes. Like, and I had to learn that myself. Like, I'll give you a prime example. So, whenever I would cook, if it's not perfect, you know, because my steak is my best dish, and my wife loves my steak.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But she would criticize it. If it was salty, I was a little salty this time. Right? But
Yeah.
when she cooked, if I criticize it, she is like, well, you know, I took the time out
Yeah.
to cook for you. You know what I mean? I don't even say nothing no more.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just get some water if it's salty.
Right.
And just, you know, eat that steak and try to water it down, you know?
Right.
But I had to grow to learn it because I was thinking like, well, wait a minute. I'm just giving you what you give me.
Right.
It's different.
Right.
I can take it. She can't take it. So I just be like, you know, even if it's, like, I ain't gonna lie, now everything is a home run now. She tries some things sometimes.
Yeah.
And it'd be a miss. And I just tell her, like, I appreciate that you cook for me.
Right.
So I don't add the insult. I just give the compliment. You know
Exactly.
It's just, yeah, it's you gotta learn. You gotta learn. That's why this question is like, is like I said,
it's loaded.
It's tricky because, it's loaded because, I mean, physically, you know, women even make dudes high value. There's some dudes out there, and I know you done ran across them, who think that they fine. In their head, they look in the mirror and see Brad Pitt, Denzel. But when they walk out in the world remind them that they know where they're from. You know, people being rude to them, shoving them, stepping on their feet, everything, right?
Yeah.
So women are going to always have the ultimate say in what is high value, what is a good man, what is good. Because even the providing stuff is women saying, you're supposed to do this for me. You're supposed to do that for me. Chivalry is a thing, right? I never heard of a term of gentle woman, but I heard of gentleman. You know what I mean? So, like, women going to always hold the keys in that, and vice versa for men. Like you know, on my show, they always, not they always, but a lot of times the question get asked, like, do you think that you're wifey material? And the woman always say, no. I'm like, well, that's, you thinking you're not wifey material is yet to be determined because you're going to meet somebody who might think you wifey material. It's somebody for everybody in my personal opinion. Right. You know what I mean? Like, Offset didn't work with Cardi B, but he probably go find somebody else and go put up with his scandalous ways because he paying all the bills type stuff. It's just different strokes for different folks. Right.
But when you look at the answer, the question, okay, Corey, you put in there, be there always. Was that your answer to what's something you do and nobody claps for that? Was that your answer for that? Let me know, Corey. Hey, Sting. LaShonda, it will renew, I believe, annually. Okay. The Boxing Scholar. Do you have anything, if you just look at something, can you just think of something that you do consistently as a man that you are not, quote unquote, applauded for, clap for? Once you think about it?
I don't know.
Not that you need it, but just saying it would be nice.
That's hard. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I don't think it's nothing that I want to get applauded for. I don't know. I try to, you know what? This is hard for me because I try to work on myself.
Yeah.
You know, in a relationship, everybody always look at the other person and say what they, you know, everybody that broke up with somebody is always the other person's fault.
Right.
They never play a part in anything. So I try to work on myself. Like, what could I have done better? Could I do this better? But as far as like the providing stuff, I'm gonna be honest. This might have to do with my upbringing. It makes me feel good to do it.
Okay.
I don't know if that's societal pressure. I don't know if there's anything, but like it makes me feel good that people are comfortable around me. They can depend on me. Being dependable is a good quality. To me, it's a better quality than the applaud.
But no, are you applauded for it? Are you applauded for it though?
Yes.
Oh, good.
The kids, you know, the kids is always the most disrespectful. You know, like right now I got a little homeless 5-year-old. You know, what I mean, who always want to get fed. You know, but he don't appreciate it. But my wife does.
Okay, well, good. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you're gonna get, as a man, you're gonna get more respect and attention outside of your house. That's the weirdest thing about life. Like, I remember Will Smith said that sometimes he'll tell his kids something they won't listen, and he'll have to call Denzel, and then he tell it to the kids about what Denzel said.
Oh, right, right. Right. Well, you know our kids are going to be kids. But that's good. I'm glad that you are, because just the fact that a good man is not always like the loudest one, but it's the one that's more consistent. That's what people pay attention to, how consistent you're being. And whatever you're doing in the relationship, I think. Not talking about it, but just doing it.
But you know what changed my mind on relationships? Well, of course, I watch people that have been married, and of course, Uncle Denzel, I've been looking at his, like, he paid, like his wife paid for the first date, and he always to make the joke that I've been paying for it every single
Yeah.
She seen in him, you know what I mean? She was okay with it, because, a lot of people would have missed out on Denzel. Oh, this broke dude can't even pay for me. You know what I mean? They would have made a TikTok video on Denzel.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at him. I had to pay for his bum. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So it's just like, it's a fine line between, dating on the potential, seeing the potential, and them making progress to it, because he was also acting at the time, so he was just stagnant.
Yeah.
So he was being she would have been a damn fool. That's like throwing away a Lamborghini.
Right, right. I never heard that story.
And you know what? I remember one time my wife was working, and this is unusual, especially being in Texas. There was a nurse there, a Mexican nurse, and she was paying all the bills while the dude was a house dad.
Yeah.
And, they were asking her questions like, well, do you respect him? She was like, of course, he's still a man.
Right.
And they was like, but like, how does that work out? And she was basically saying that, like, what's changed besides somebody bringing in the income? They still a team.
Right.
Taking care of the kids,
yeah.
type stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, why would he be any less?
Right.
And I thought about it. I was like, that's what I mean by this question is kind of hard, because the standards of men in society is different. You know what I mean? And also, it's going to be individuals, like you said. And then also you got the collective. Like, what women think is hot is going to always be hot. Like, I remember when I was younger, we used to come into the house with our shirts off and stuff, flexing our abs. And my aunt was like, man, get y'all little birds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember D'Angelo was on TV with the hottest it feels. She was like, now that's a man.
Yeah. Right.
She was like, now that's a man. Get y'all little birds.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Women don't always control what's hot or what's not, in my opinion.
Right. I see what you mean by that. Sting said consistency, loyalty, and respect. I agree with you, Sting. Absolutely. So, like, when you think about legacy over image, what do you want people to say about you when you're not in the room as a man? What kind of influence? Like, when you're not there and the people looking at you as a man, what might be something you want them to say about you?
Dependable.
Okay.
Like, I can depend on him to do this. Just it becoming like habit or instinct. Like, I remember one time we was with one of my friends that steal, right? And we was all passed out. There was a friend that didn't steal and another one that did steal, right?
Yeah.
He was over my house for like the second, third time, and something got left out. And then he woke me up and was like, hey man, put this up. And I'm like, bro, I went back to sleep. I'm like, don't nobody steal around here?
Yeah.
Leaving stuff out. You know
Right.
But see, that was his conscience. That was that little angel and devil on his shoulder telling him steal.
Right.
So I want the dependableness to be part of my character.
And that's big. That is really big.
But when we're talking about those qualities and things, what happens then? I feel like when you pigeonhole yourself to like what a man is, and when you don't do it, you feel bad about yourself. So what happens when you lose your job and you can't provide, and your wife's got to go provide?
Right. Exactly. But then I think that that plays a part. Like, when you're in a relationship, and if that happens, if you've been consistent in those type of ways, if you're with someone, they're not even going to question stepping up when a time like that might come. I don't even think they would question it. It'll be like, that's what we have to do, period, because they already know what you're about. They know your intentions, right?
Does it got a timer on it? Do you, when you work with the man, if he's depressed because he's not working? It just, I mean, them situations they be a little murky sometimes.
I think it would have a time on it because reality of having to have stuff keep moving in the household is not going to stop because of one incident. So, like, if you thinking you're going to take a couple years off because of that, that is not, I don't think that will work. If you're able-bodied and you can't do it and you're just saying because you want to be depressed about something, it wouldn't work for me because why? It's not even a reason.
You know what this reminded me of? That Tyler Perry movie, Matrimony. You remember?
I didn't see it.
Donated all that money to him. She invested in his dreams. He wasn't working. She was coming home. Feet was hurting. And he was still over there working on that stupid machine. But then, you know, after like 10 years, the house getting put up, he finally made it. Like, he finally made it and became a millionaire. And it's just like I remember my wife watching that movie, like, she's a damn fool. She had already put up with all the bad stuff. Like,
wow.
Why wouldn't you stay there? Like, you done already made the investment.
Right. So the movie ended as like a she missed out type of thing, or he should, like, what was it supposed to be about? Because she still could have felt like, if I feel like somebody is, me personally, if I feel like somebody is just really not trying, you like literally, it's not a matter of you really not trying just because you just feel like you don't want to. I don't care what you might be able to get later on. If it's too much for me at this point, then I don't feel like I missed out on nothing. Good luck to you for whatever you have. You're not going to just sit up here and have me in a position for no reason, and there's no reason.
I hear you, but I mean, it's not always that black or white.
Well, then it would mean it would have to be a reason then. It can only be no reason or a reason.
But I know, but sometimes men don't express themselves. Sometimes they don't know how to. So would you be willing to put up with the silence? You know what I mean? If the shoes were reversed, and the woman lost a job, would the man put a timer on her?
If that's what the dynamic of the relationship was, yeah, it should be a timer. If that's the dynamic of the relationship. Like, this is not the same as if you had a car accident and you're no longer able to provide. That's not like being the case. You don't have a reason not to. So just to say, because I'm sad is not a good enough reason for it to be like prolonged. And in a relationship, hopefully already in a relationship, you would have already had the communication lines open enough, hopefully, where you wouldn't be in a relationship where you would feel like you have to be silent about something like that. Like, then that's another problem in a relationship. If you're in a relationship where silence feels more comfortable than like talking it out and trying to come together as a team to figure it out. I think. But you're the man. Tell me. Oh, I think the boxing scholar dropped, y'all. Okay, y'all. So, to sum it up, being a good man today isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, principled, and accountable. And accountable for whatever the actions are. And the boxing scholar made a comment, and I'm just listening to the accountability. Would the man that wouldn't get the job be being held accountable for his position that's expected in a relationship by just like being sad about something and not, picking up and going anyways? Like, you got to have that oomph about yourself. The boxing scholar said, hold on. Let me say, okay, Chris, thank you. Yes. Okay, let me see. So, yes. Okay, we're waiting for the boxing scholar to come back, but I don't know. Primarily, I just wanted like the men to know that y'all matter. Y'all efforts, they matter. The efforts matter. The work that you do, the work that you put into yourself, it doesn't go unnoticed. It shouldn't go unnoticed. I don't think the women that are at least in this chat and the women that I have in my life, it's not unnoticed. We notice the things that you are trying to like put forth effort in. We really do. And I think, hey, Kimar, I really do think that when the women, when they are in relationships, they should learn before or when they get into relationships to put in the work to know that it's not good to be silent. If you have a man, that goes both ways, but we're talking about the men right now. We're talking about men. So when, hold on, the boxing scholars calling back. When the men are in a position where they're showing us that consistency, it's our responsibility to like speak up
Voicemail.
and
Press 2.
appreciate them. Hold on, let me see. Let me get him back here. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. So you had something else you wanted to add?
I was going to just say, yeah, there are some times that I do feel like, maybe I should get a little applause here, a
Right.
little this here, there. But ultimately, I express that to my partner.
Yeah.
If, I do feel that way. But
Yeah.
communication is the key.
It
We're
is.
talking about the situation with the depression and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. Like, people got to be understood. They got to communicate, and the other person has to be willing to accept. That's important that you said. They might be like, hell no, I ain't
Yeah.
Well, the term I'm starting to hear is, I ain't calling no man. What the hell? Like,
Yeah.
we know your son. We see what your son that became.
Right.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
why wouldn't you put that energy into your man? Like, it's going to yield something.
Right.
It's going to yield a life partner.
Right, exactly.
The son going to go on and find his own. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't you put that investment into somebody that you find are deemed valuable? Like,
Right.
I don't understand that mindset. But
Right,
yeah,
right.
we slowly drifted into some pretty interesting times. The stuff I'm seeing is just like,
For
wow.
sure. Yes. Yes, for sure. I agree. But compassion, we gotta have just more compassion in relationships, and try to get a better understanding. It's just a matter of trying to get an understanding.
I seen a girl clowning a dude for being a gentleman on a date. I was like, wait a minute, what? Then she was like, then he would cook you. What kind of, is he gay? I'm like,
That happens. I hear a lot of people saying that. We had a topic over here about men cooking and women. I think, was it Darius? Somebody was over here saying how that was the question because he cooked, but that he was gay. And we had a whole conversation with saying like, what are you talking about? Women, especially women nowadays, love to see a man cook. And so, but some people have that thought process. I don't know, based on what, I don't know. I can't relate to it, but yep, I do hear it. I do hear that. That's sick.
that is crazy. That's like walking in the bathroom and seeing a man pooping and be like, he must be gay, because what kind of man poops?
Exactly. Hey, Saran. Hey, Father Fred. How you doing, Father Fred? Yeah. So yes, that does happen. It does happen. Like, what are the real expectations? Which, again, just like you said, is very individual. It's very every man and the way he moves is individual. That's where we come with the compatibility, because
I'm not
men.
gonna lie to you though.
What?
A lot of the qualities that men say that they possess, they don't.
You
Not
think
even
that?
regarding to women, to regard to other men. Like I've seen people be like, man, I would never sleep with my friend's girl, and I know for a fact that they have done this thing that they said that they don't do.
What?
Yeah, I got a friend that's like that. He slept with our other friend's girl, and I shamed him whenever he said it. But like to this day, he's like, I would never, and I'm like, bro,
Right.
that was one time.
Right.
Nah,
You're not talking about that time. Right. Not talking about that time. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well.
because we like to have good self-perceptions of ourselves, so we're gonna try to forget the bad stuff. You know what I mean?
But maybe he learned his lesson. Maybe he learned his lesson from it.
I mean, I think once that always, like, that's something that's premeditated.
It is, but you think just because he made a mistake once, he'll stay like that?
Yeah, it's his character. Like, that's premeditated. It's like, it ain't something that just accidentally happens.
I think it does take a lot. I think it says a lot about your character. But I don't want to think just because somebody does something one time that that's it and that's all, that you will always do that. It got to be something in your life, the boxing scholar, that you did at one point that you would never do it again. It
depends on what it is and what age and stuff like that. I feel like that sexual deviant stuff, like, I mean, he ain't changed much from then. Like, for me to even say, all right, he might be different.
Oh, okay. You think the behavior is pretty much the same?
Yeah, he's still playing the same video games we grew up playing.
Oh my God. So he just not in a place for growth right now. Father Fred said they might wait, hold on. Father Fred said they might. Let me say they might not do it forever, but if they've done it once, more than likely they'll do it again. Ooh. Now that's crazy because I know a lot of men growing up that did that kind of stuff all the time. And I would hate to think that those same men would do it again.
I'm not
Man.
gonna lie. It's hard for me to believe that they changed them because I just know that is a process. It might be even a kink. It's
Yeah.
like how you kick that.
I don't see how it can happen because you're not supposed to, when you have it's supposed to be not even like a thought, not even a sight for it. It's supposed to be like so off limits that how do you get to the next step? So I'm never going to be able to understand them like that. I'm just trying to hope that if somebody does something that crazy that they will learn from it not to do it again, because that's like, I don't know, that's just so low down to me. I don't know.
Well, to say it's a thought is like, I would be crazy to flirt with that because humans are humans. What you find attractive is not going to stop because of whatever. You're not, but it's discipline to not to act on it. You know.
Well, so are you saying the thought will be okay? I'm talking about the thought.
Who your celebrity crush?
Usher.
If your best friend walked in with Usher, you know, like, damn, Usher look good, but you wouldn't act on.
But that's only
Usher.
because it's Usher. You can't put a celebrity into that. In any normal situation, if it's one of my friends, and if we are in a place and I meet their significant other in any kind of way, there is no way my thought process or my eyes, nothing going to go past, hey, how you doing? I'm probably going to like say how you doing, and I'm not even really looking no more.
Okay, well, let me try this. Let me try it a different way. Usher, he looked like Usher. He ain't Usher, but he looked like Usher. The first time you meet him, y'all are going to like a Zumba date or something. And he wearing some gray sweatpants and he got his shirt off. You're not going to notice nothing attractive about him. You're not going to look at the package or anything.
No, I don't think I'd be doing that.
You got some hella fine. I feel like humans are humans. Like it doesn't even times where women pass by, my wife noticed the booty before I noticed the booty. Humans are humans.
Well, that's different. She's not looking at the body to be attracted to it. She's looking at a female figure saying she have a nice shape. That's totally different. The women in the chat, what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that if y'all are out with a friend, they bring a male around, somebody that they're talking to or whatever, that you think that you look at them at any kind of with any kind of attraction at all? Y'all let me know in the chat. I want to know that. Because I might say, oh my God, he looked just like Usher. I might say it, but I'm pretty much done with it at that time. My daughter's kid's father looks identical to Usher. Now that you say that, I always am like, that man looked just like Usher. But I just don't take it no further. And that man looked just like Usher. I never thought past that.
You finna make me drop some jewels on you now.
What?
Okay, let me give you this exclusive. I ain't even told this on my channel.
What?
I'm gonna give you this exclusive, bro. So, I just took a psychology class. That's one of my favorites. So I think I'm gonna pursue more into psychology because I like it. I like knowing why people do stuff instead of just saying like, this is a bad person, that's a good person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you familiar with Carl Jung?
No.
Oh, it's spelled like June, but I think it's pronounced Young. But he basically came up with shadow, like people's shadow, right? And the psychologist was the teacher that was a psychologist was basically saying that like when everybody has a bad part of themselves that they need to embrace basically. And she brought up an example like where like if you meet somebody, right? If you meet somebody, your attractiveness to them, evolution does not turn off because they're your sister's husband or whatever, mom's boyfriend, whatever the case may be, right?
Really?
So what people will do is they won't acknowledge that person is attractive to them, but they'll mysteriously not like them for no reason. I can't stand. Did you hear the way he laughed? I think he got gas in his teeth. What kind of man got gas in his teeth? They'll just start making reasons to try to
I can see that.
themselves
I can see that
from
happening.
the obvious that they
Yeah.
really, really like them. And this exclusive I was gonna give you.
Yeah.
That happened with me and my wife. Her best friend is really attention seeking, like just just unbearable. She's one of them. Everybody like a little attention, but she's one of the ones that was you know what I mean, like dramatic just to get attention. But she would always tell my wife that she couldn't stand me from the moment she met me. I remember even my wife was like, "Do you remember?" Oh, because I was hollering at her. She was like, "I don't remember what he looked like. Do you remember?" She was like, "Oh yeah, he was funny looking." Mm-hmm. But she dates my first cousin on my dad's side, so that's how we met through like a we all went to a fight party.
Mm-hmm.
But that lady cannot stand me. But I know it's because she really likes me.
Like likes you?
There was a whole, and she likes me. She's sexually attracted to me. Like, there would be situations where she would make it seem like she could not stand me, but then she was always trying to make a situation where she was alone with me. Like, I can remember specifically, like, that we all worked at the same place, and the supervisor needed a person to come work for him, and because somebody had called in and did a no-show, and I was like, well, I'm at the house, and my wife was already at work, and she was like, oh, I go pick him up, but you can't stand me. But you better go pick me up. You want to be alone. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I already know what the play is. I already know what the deal is.
Oh, and you probably could feel that, right?
Yeah, that's the shadow. That's what I mean by, like, it takes discipline.
Right.
I realized with Shannon Sharp, with the dude, that Anthony Edwards, that had to pay out that $1 million in child support. If you do not have discipline in life, your life is going to be very hard. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose cousins. You're going to have to pay out of pocket. You could even get diseases or babies. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, if you do not have discipline.
Right.
Now, to shame somebody for being human, I would never do that. That's why I said, like, attractive people going to be attractive to people. Like, it doesn't shut off because of the relationship to the person, but just acknowledging that and having discipline will take you a long way. Like, they can be attractive. That don't mean you want to sleep with them. Everybody that a person talks to that's attractive, they don't sleep with. So why would it be any different in that situation? So that's why I don't believe my friend.
Yeah.
Don't believe my friend when you say he's a changed man.
Okay. LaShonda, he said his name was Carl Young. It starts with, what is it, J-U-N-G?
Yes.
Okay.
So let me look it up.
Okay. I kind of said, I don't know, but even if I see he's handsome or attractive, it doesn't mean I'm thinking anything past that. Me too iconic. Like, I just can't see my mind going past that. Hey, Tracy, I haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing? Good to see you. Yes. Well, I don't know. Different people think different ways about that, because you do have people who do become attracted to their friends, people, whatever. But I don't know. Some people don't. So maybe it could be just the personality or your character or whatever. I don't know.
But an attractive person is going to be an attractive person no matter, like, what situation you put them in. Like,
well, you can be attractive without somebody being attracted to you. For 15 months, thank you, Tracy.
Do you believe in lust at first sight?
Yeah.
So what happens when lust at first sight, but that person belongs to somebody that you're cool with?
I won't look at it through a lens of lust. If I see somebody from across the room, they're not attached to anybody that I know. So if the lust is there first, it's like open lust. But if I see you being introduced to me as somebody I know, then automatically I'm not getting ready to look at it through a lens of lust. That's blocked off. It's never going to come through. It's never going to come. There's no room for that.
Yeah, look, it's Carl. It's J-U-N-G. It's Carl, and then type in his name, and then put shadows.
J-U-N-G. Carl is the first name, LaShonda, and look up, put shadows behind it. It should come up for you. I kind of said, let me see. Just because I have eyes doesn't mean I have thoughts, right? Yeah, and you just like, let's say with your wife as the example, you said she might see somebody's butt and be like, she got a nice butt. That don't mean she lusted after. She look like that's a nice butt. Like for anybody who if you got the butt, it's a nice butt. That don't mean she lusted after the butt.
Or maybe that humans fight their lust, and the fact they are lusting after them, they're just fighting their biology. That's why I think the discipline comes in.
I can see the discipline would be a big part of it. But I've seen a lot of cute butts, and I was like, she got a cute butt. I didn't feel like nothing was like that I had to discipline myself to think anything else. I'm just looking like she had a cute butt. It's cute for her.
It might be second nature now, that discipline that you got in you, but I mean, I don't know. I do remember this. I watched a documentary one time about like attraction, the law of attraction, or whatever the case may be, monogamy and stuff like that. And they were studying the women, and they showed them images that rhymes with corn, right? And they hooked like electrodes up to their brain and stuff, and they studied them and they asked them were they sexually aroused. What do you think happened?
They were?
They absolutely were. But here's the interesting thing. The section of the brain that's involved with that attraction and stuff like that and all that, it wasn't lit up. So their body had a reaction through evolution that their brain
like
was
first
fighting.
instinct.
That's why they discipline.
So they had like a first instinct reaction, kind of like?
And I think that's what happened when people walk in a room that's attractive to somebody, because you can't cut your evolution off. Like you like them for a reason. You know what I mean? Like your evolution saying, hey, this person is nice looking for whatever reason. You know, attractiveness is different than everybody.
Right.
And I think that that doesn't cut off, but you could disconnect that with the discipline.
I was about to say, now I get where you say discipline. Now I get where you say discipline. I see what you mean by that. I can see that being a thing. And I guess it's a matter of how fast you can get that discipline to cut off that thought or whatever. And some people might not be able to they don't have as much discipline, and that's when things like that happen.
Yep, because I look at politicians, I look at all that stuff, and I'm like, oh my God. You know, from a logical point of view, person not in it, you're like, you really, like Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe, you gave away $50 million to a girl that was in her 20s with nobody.
Right. Yeah.
But he seen that and was like, oh, attractiveness. That
nigga
had that discipline. He was low vibrational, and they cost him $50 million.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's where the discipline would come into play, for sure. Self-control.
To the people listening, when y'all study Carl, just make sure you go to what he said to his client. He said he had a client, and the client came in there and was like, everybody is being mean to me.
Yeah.
And he was like, or maybe you're being mean to everybody. Lady got mad, stormed out, you know what I mean? And then some weeks went by, and then finally she called him back, and he was expecting her call. And that was basically like the philosophy up under the Embracing the Shadow is like, we want to have, to not be depressed in life, you have to think positive thoughts, especially about yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean you don't embrace the other thoughts.
Right.
You can still be a human being and have discipline. You can be attracted to somebody. Like I've had friends that have had attractive girlfriends. I've never been in any situation with them. Number one, because I avoid it. You know
Right.
I'm not going to be alone with them. Let me give you another story. I never told this one either, right? So I have a cousin. He a hoe. It's just straight. He military, he a hoe. You know? And he's a disrespectful one, too. At that.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't want to have one coming in the front door, one go out the back type disrespect, right? So he had a girl in the military. Her name was Carla, right? And one day, Carla had left to the base, turned around because she left something at the house. Within 5 minutes, somebody was already at the house. So that's how disrespectful he is.
Oh.
And me knowing what I know, being raised by women, I know that women will take what you did, go a notch above, and it'll never get back to you, and they'll always keep it in the back of their head and know that they got their lick back. You slapped them, they punched you.
Right, that's true. That's true.
You know, and the first time she ever seen me, when I tell you the look that she gave me, my wife didn't even give me that look. She would look at me up and down. You know how Usher be having them cherries?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how she was looking at me
Oh.
like the chair.
Oh.
And he was right there. This is how you know people don't even have a clue. And he's older than me, too, by like 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, how you not?
Right.
When she met me, she shook my hand or whatever, have to give me all that look. And then, like, whenever I would be in the kitchen cooking, she would always come in there and talk to me. I'm like, that's not that out of this, you know?
Right,
like,
right.
I am staying here. It's not that whatever. But my antennas was going up a little bit. Like, okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then, so she'd be asking me, like, my plans in life and stuff like that. Because she wasn't that much older than me. He dated her young. She might have been, like, maybe about 5 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that time, I was going to the boxing gym, and she would be asking me, you know, like, about boxing and what I wanted to do and blah, 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 blah. So one day I came over there, right?
Uh-huh.
And she was like, the flirty stuff. Hey, big head, you sitting Whale over there? I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I tell you, I am nervous. You know the song, he's scared of? That was me. I was scared.
Right.
I ran for my life. I ain't grabbed no shoes or nothing.
Right. Just get out of the situation.
I was like, oh, my God, please. Like, I don't want this to go down. Right.
Right.
So she was, like, flirting with me, and she got up, and she went and locked the front door.
Oh.
Right? And when she did that, he came and knocked on the door, and me like, ooh.
Right. Oh my God.
I'm going to church this Sunday.
Right.
This Sunday I'm going to.
Right.
So that was the first incident. And the second incident, and he came in looking weird. I'm like, is this guy's IQ in the negative? Like, you can't be this slow. Like, even me, I would have been like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Right.
No, I don't like the way this looks.
Right.
But he just came in and brushed it off or nothing. Like, the door is locked. Like, anyway.
Yeah.
So that was the first situation. The second situation, I was in the shower. He only had one bathroom. And he left. And she was trying to come in the shower while I was in there. Now it's official. Like, what the fuck? What are you going to be doing in this? She was like, I got to use the bathroom. Like,
are you serious?
Yes. And she's like, I got to use the bathroom. Like, so you're going to be taking a number 2 while I'm showering?
Right.
Anyway, even if that was like, what? Like, no.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't let her, but I stopped going back over there after that because I knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. Wow.
If I turned her down, she would have ran to him first to try to control me.
Yep.
And he probably would have believed.
That's exactly what would have happened. Man. So that's what. Okay, so y'all, let's just go sum it up right there. Discipline. Now I'm really on board with discipline being the thing in that situation on that subject. That discipline is the thing. That just thinking that you have an initial thought and it stays there. I agree that the discipline is what stops the next thought from being provoked, right? I believe that now. Definitely believe that now. Man, the boxing scholar.
Because she was pretty. It's just like she was off limits.
Right, exactly. Just off limits. I'm about to put your channel in the chat. Let me grab your link. Y'all, if y'all want more good conversations like this, y'all got to go over there and make sure that y'all subscribe to the Boxing Scholar. Hold on one second. Let me grab your link. Oh, it won't be clickable. Okay, it won't be clickable because I'm vertical live. But I'm going to put it.
I appreciate that, though. I'm going to be back. I don't plan on passing away. I'll be back.
Oh, don't say that. Of course not. I'm going to put it in here. I wanted to put it in the chat so they can just go over there and but y'all can see it says the Boxing Scholar. Just type that in. Make another comment in there. To make it, it's easier for you to make another comment because it's going to show them all the links with all those letters in it. Can you just type another comment in the chat so they can see exactly how it's written out? And y'all go over there and subscribe to him. He has some good conversation and other good content on his shorts and everything. But I'm so happy. Thanks so much for coming back again to Boxing Scholar. I appreciate you for coming. Corey came in. Father Fred jumped in. And I appreciate y'all for stopping in, giving y'all opinions. I be dependent on y'all. Let me see, Corey. Let me see what Corey said. Wait, hold on. Hey, John. I see you came in here. Where's my thing not going up and down? My chat is not going up and down. Hold on. Okay, John said I'm late. John, you missed it. Catch the replay, though. Catch the replay. Okay, the boxing scholar got his eyes that he always drop it in there. That's all y'all got to type in.
That's my favorite emoji.
I know.
He just showed up like Pee Wee in a house party. You remember when they came to the party late?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he just showed up late to the party.
Right. He late.
Hit that replay.
Right, exactly. Hit the replay. I kind of said, Grandma, when is your birthday? February 9th coming up. I cannot wait, but it's the whole month. It's the whole month. I wouldn't dare celebrate my birthday one day. It's the whole entire month that is coming up. I got to get started. So let me see.
What's your zodiac?
Aquarius.
So you got Valentine's Day around your birthday too?
Yeah, my birthday is on the 9th and Valentine's Day. You know it's on the 14th, yeah. Yes.
So I'm going to call you Cupid from now on.
I know that's right. Yes, I can't wait till my birthday month. Like, I'm glad y'all remind me because I got to get settled down, get me a schedule together because I schedule something to do every day of the month of my birthday. So I definitely got to get that bit busy.
Let me end it with this.
Okay.
You know how you let me reverse the question that you asked. You know how you asked about what is one thing I wish I would get praised for? One thing I wish I would stop getting blown up on is my birthday.
What you mean?
I'm not a birthday person. I'm not a person that celebrates, like, I celebrate another person's birthday, but I'm not really big on mine. I don't know. I remember literally one year, I didn't even know it was my birthday.
What?
Everybody started sending me, this was the MySpace days. Everybody was like, happy birthday. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot it is my birthday.
I don't celebrate other holidays. I celebrate other people's birthday. I don't celebrate other holidays because they're so commercialized and man-made and all that kind of stuff. But my birthday, I play no games with that. I'm so grateful that to see another birthday that is the biggest event of my life for the year. And so much that I do something every year. Like, people in my family are already calling me. They've been calling me for the last couple of weeks. You didn't tell us what's going on for your birthday. Because I'll be like, okay, you got to wear this on this day. We're going to this dinner, this place. And this friend, we're going to this place. All month long, I act a fool for my birthday. If I don't celebrate nothing else, I'm going to give thanks and give all praise and acknowledge and big up my birthday. I don't play about no birthdays.
I wonder if that has to do with being a mom.
I don't know. I've always been like that, though.
You know, but they don't get appreciated a lot. So then
no, this is way before I was. I've been doing this since I was a teenager. I used to always make a big deal out of my birthday all the time. I just think everybody. You saying that? I hate that you're saying that about yourself. I think everybody should just embrace. Like, it's all about you. It's just like, it's not, like I said, I don't celebrate other holidays. I love to celebrate other people's birthday. I think that's just the coolest thing to be able to have that day. Of course, you share it with millions of other people, but like, have that day and people just really big you up and give you all the attention. I love everybody's birthday. I just love me a birthday. Let me see. Hey, Kaylin. Kaylin said, it's Aquarius season. Yes. My birthday's on a Monday. Isn't it, Sean? I didn't even look. Hey, Erin. I didn't even look yet, y'all. I got to get on it. Huh?
They feel like a chore to me now.
Oh, no. I haven't had a birthday party for 6 years.
I do like to travel. I like people, but not for long periods of time. You know what I mean? So I'm like a hybrid between introverted and extroverted. But, like, my birthday started to feel like a chore because I have to do something. I gotta go out. I gotta shake hands. I gotta smile and all the pictures.
But I do a lot of stuff for my birthday by myself. Half the month be stuff by myself. It don't even be with everybody all the time. I do have days. I probably I kind of sew them up on the weekends of the month of February. But I do a lot of stuff by myself. I go to a lot of like dinners by myself. I will go to like a museum by myself. I do a lot of stuff by myself that month too. I just embrace me. So I don't have to deal with other people.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff by myself too. Absolutely.
Maybe it's my zodiac. I don't know. Maybe my personality plus zodiac. I don't know.
What's your sign? I don't know a lot about signs. What is it? What is it?
Virgo.
Virgo? Okay. I don't know. I don't know nothing about signs. I just hear stuff. Hey, Ray. I just hear stuff about my sign. So I just know about Aquarius's But I don't know a lot about zodiac, so I can't even say nothing about it. Gamma, you looking
So you only
amazing.
taking notes on the
God,
Aquarius?
thank you,
Let me
Ray.
find out.
Huh?
Let me find out you only taking notes on the Aquariuses.
I do. I only listen to it with people because people are always saying, if I say what I am, people say, oh, Aquariuses do this, they do that. So I just like soak that in. But I never really looked up, okay, what does an Aquarius do? What's the personality trait? I never looked at I just learned off of what people say.
You get you a Gemini like Donald Trump or Kanye, game on.
What? Hey, Ray, thank you for that floating heart. That's too funny. What month is that? LaShawna said, what month is that? Virgo.
Gemini?
No, Virgo.
Oh, Virgo's in September.
Oh, September. Okay. Let me see. Iconic said, Ray, you're late for T. Ray got to catch the replay. Iconic, let me see. What did he say? No night. What did he say? I don't know what he's saying right there. Chakal said, who's on the call? This is the Boxing Scholar, Chakal. This is the Boxing Scholar on the call. Okay, Ray, you're going to have to catch the replay because we're about to get out of here. I thank the Boxing Scholar already for coming in. Ray should have been here, so he could have been chiming in. And we had Corey, we had Father Fred, and I think we had somebody else. I can't remember the name. But thanks for everybody who came in, all the women who came in. We always learning something about these men over here in the men's room. I learned a lot about discipline, what we were saying. What I was willing to say, nah, I think it's just an initial thought at first. I definitely believe it has a lot to do with discipline now. I never thought about it in that way. So if y'all didn't catch it, y'all make sure y'all rewind it or go back, toggle it back or whatever, and get what the Boxing Scholar was saying based on those, what did you say, lust, what is it? The
Shadow.
Lust at first sight. Lust at first sight, that it don't necessarily have to be, I mean, it can be lust, but the discipline is what stops you from moving forward for it to be like a situation where you'll be lusting over like a friend's person type thing. So y'all look, make sure y'all go back and look that up. Let me see. Make a women's room. LaShawna said that I need to make a women's room. We be having our way over here so much. I felt like I have to do something separate for the men because we always give it our opinion as women over here. Let me see. Okay, so the box.
I'll be honest with you.
Hmm?
You do a women's room, it's going to be full of men because that's what attracts them. They be showing up to say what the women need to do. That's the weirdest thing in the world on the internet. If I did it live and I said black women and marriage, it's going to be majority men in the chat talking about women. Like, that's just how it goes.
What?
I mean, yeah, that's how the internet is a weird place. If you do something specifically for the men, they'll show up in small droves.
Yeah.
They won't really contribute. But if you do something about the women,
yeah,
they will get engaged.
Maybe we'll try it. Maybe we'll try to have pick a day of the week. I got to pick a day of the week. We already got game night on Thursdays. I got the men's check-in on Wednesdays. We got to start that up, but I got that going. We got movie night on Saturday. So I have to pick a day. LaShawna. And see, she said, that's all over the world. We have to pick a day for the ladies' night. We'll call it ladies' night. And then pick some topics. Huh?
We'll be there with my eyeballs in the chest.
Oh, right. Okay. Let me see. Name it. Girl talk. No, Tracal. Absolutely not. Let me see. I kind of said Tuesdays. She said let the men go on Mondays and then the women come on Tuesday, she said. Okay, that sounds like that could be a go, Iconic. That might be able to, let's see how it works. We'll see how it works next Tuesday. We'll see. I got to get some topics together, get some notes. Y'all know I love my notes. LaShawna said yes. Okay, Chakal said, I forgot. Scratch that. Scratch. Let me see. Iconic said, or Sunday. Tuesday or Sunday. Okay. Well, I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to think about some subjects or whatever that I think might bring the most controversy, and then we'll go from there. Okay, thanks so much, Sis Scholar. I appreciate you again. Everybody in the chat, thank y'all. Chakal, thanks for those gifts. I appreciate you for that. Okay, talk to y'all later.